We moved into our building the end of May, and so our first 4 months here, June, July, August, and September, were all above 100% capture rate. In fact, the month of August, we were at 120%, which has been our busiest month so far. I think the way the building helped with that is people just feel very comfortable when they walk in. They are drawn to the optical, they're drawn to the glasses and sunglasses frames, and in fact, a lot of times, when I walk up to get a patient for an exam, they've already looked, they've already picked out their frames, they've already had a chance to look. So it helps my conversation with them about needing a pair of sunglasses and needing a pair of glasses and maybe a pair of computer glasses, because they've already picked out 2 or 3 frames they like. When we talked to Bill about the project, we told him that people live in this area, they visit this area because of the beauty of the mountains and the valley and the river, and so we wanted to bring that feel inside, and so that's how we came up with the idea for the mural of the mountains on the wall. One of the walls in the optical is tiled with rock, and the mountain climbing and bouldering is really big around here. The shelves we used beetle heel pine, which is again locally sourced from the area, and it gives some interest, it gives some texture, some color, but it also again just draws people, reminds them of where they're at. Behind the front desk, we did it's about 40 foot wide. It's a topographical map of the area, so people walk in, they could find where we're at on the map. They can find the mountains they've hiked or the trails they've gone on. And it's a very good conversation piece, and it just again reminds people they're somewhere comfortable, not necessarily just a doctor's office. We decided to go with shelves and stands for the frames instead of the traditional frame boards with rods. Again, it just gives us flexibility. It gives us the ability to move things around, to change how we display stuff. We recently had to get rid of one of our lines. It was about 40 pieces. A lot of them were in the men's section. And we took them out, and you really couldn't even tell we were missing anything. There wasn't a big hole missing or a bunch of open slots on a rod. We just moved the shelves around and moved the stands around on the shelves, and it just helped us display it more effectively. We decided to go with the signage throughout the building, and the reason we did that is it just gives a uniform feel. From the brand signs and the story cards on the shelves to the different men's, women's sunglasses, everything is a black background with our logo on it. And that's just the uniform look we wanted to have in the building. We have a sign behind our front desk it's a black sign with our logo on it. There's a sign in the waiting area that talks about how we're different and who we are and what we do. Even all the exam lanes, my office, the business office, even the bathroom. Off the waiting area, we have a kids room that is very bright and colorful and vibrant, and kids love to play in there, and it draws their attention that direction versus the colorful frames they can come over and play with in the optical. But the optical being beautiful and laid out well and not cluttered and just inviting, draws patients over that they can feel free to look and browse and have some fun and try stuff on, and ultimately it leads to more sales for us. We listen around town what people are talking or saying about the practice, or what people come in to say. Again, I think overwhelmingly people just feel very comfortable here. A lot of them are in awe of what we've done. This was an old 7-Eleven building. It was kind of an eyesore on the main highway through town, right across the street from the busy grocery store. We were able to take that old building and renovate it into something very beautiful. We've got a big bank of windows across the front that allows us to see the mountains out the front, but also gives us a chance to have some brands and some window perf on the windows to just again tell them who we are and what we do. Our town is going through a signage campaign, or a rebranding campaign, and they want to have waypoint signage, for the river and through different attractions in town, and entry in and out of town. And so I was at a couple meetings with the consultants on what they're looking for and what people in town like. And the consultant told me that several different people had mentioned to her that she needs to come visit Collegiate Peaks Eyecare and see how real effective and beautiful signage can make a huge difference. And so that was a good compliment.